ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ராமானுஜதயாபாத்ரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் வெங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம். ஈரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் ஓரொன்று தானே மையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும் வாழ்வும்.
So, Tishtat, we stopped with the sentence Tishtatu Tavadiha Pramana Upapatti Paramarshaha. So, we saw that let it be. Tishtatu means let it be. What is the decision that we are going to arrive at? Namely, Prapannaihi by the surrenderies, Panchakala Kramaha, the 5 timed actions, Grahyaha should be accepted. Whereas the Purvapaksha says, the proposer says, no, he need not follow 5 timed actions. Whether he is a prapanna or a non-prapanna, whether he is a surrendering or non-surrendering, they need not follow. I mean, the beauty of the problem, as we say, the beauty of the problem of the beauty, can even say this way, that we ourselves question ourselves. We ourselves make questions. That is, we imagine that there will be an enemy not in the sense enemy, opponent, who will refute our views. So taking into consideration the possibilities, rather what we call combinations and permutations of the opponent in imagination, we create by ourselves what we call Purvapaksha. Edirkatchi Tamil. Edirkatchi. Purvapaksha is actually opposing views.
எதிர்வாதம்.
அதாவது விதண்டாவாதம்னு கூட சொல்லலாம். The argument in vain. Just for sake of argument. It's what we call forced argument. Again, there are better words also. Let us not worry about it. So, Tishtatu Tavadiha meaning here in this context, Iha meaning here in this context, in this situation, Tavata then, let it be. Let it be in the sense, whether Radhanta, otherwise called Siddhanta, otherwise called conclusion, should be accepted or not. Now, we must find now proofs. So, it should be accepted by proofs. You cannot just talk on air. I like something, I don't like something, and therefore I cannot support either of them without pramanas, without proofs. P-R-O-O-F-S. So, pramana upapatti, and they should be relevant also. You cannot supply any proof. So, it should be relevant. should be in tune with your argument. So paramarsha is analysis. So it is an unbiased analysis. Paramarsha in Sanskrit only can give you that it is not a simple analysis with a biased view. Say, I don't like you, therefore I oppose you. That is not the attitude. That is nonchalantly, 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 that are without any emotions attached, without likes and dislikes. One must analyze truly on the basis of pramanas, on the basis of proof, which are relevant. You cannot give irrelevant proofs. Then what will happen is the Siddhanta Paksha people will laugh at us. So we should not become a laughing stock against the Siddhanta people, Siddhantins we say. Now what should we, how do we understand proofs? Follow Ramanujacharya, simple. Bhagavad Bhashyakara Adi Upadesha Sampradaya Tavat Paramshata. Now find out, it's not a question of finding mistakes with Ramanujacharya, but analyzing Ramanujacharya's, Sri Ramanujacharya's Bhashyam, especially Bhashyam, not anything else. Sri Bhashyam. Sri Bhashyam is a commentary on the Brahma Sutras. Brahma Sutras are created by Veda Vyasa. Veda Vyasa is another incarnation of Vishnu. So it trickles down to Lord Vishnu, only Lord Nrsimhanarayana. So Bhashyakara Matam, Bhashyakara Sampradaya must be followed. There is no other way. So Bhashyakara Adi, already I told you in the last session also, that it includes the previous preceptors and the later preceptors also. The Ramanuja's predecessors and successors also. Now, Vedanta hints at it. Vedanta hints at he must be followed because he is a strict follower of Bhashyakara. Definitely, we cannot deny that. We cannot deny. Vedanta Jajika cannot be construed as a non-follower of Ramanujacharya's Bhashyam. He strictly adheres to the Bhashyam. Manavala Mamuni also can be accepted because there is no mention here because he is later. He is a later contemporary. Because he was born in the same century but later. So Bhashyakara Adi Upadesha Sampradaya. So not only Bhashyakara's commentary called Sri Bhashyam, but also his advice. Advice is included in the Bhashyam. And in order to understand the advice, you have got Shruta Prakashika in a commentary by Sudarshana Suri. Therefore, we have to understand the advice also. They are all not mere statements. This is so and so, that is so and so. As if it means there is no connection between the individual souls like us and the Sri Bhashya. So we are not divorced from the Sri Bhashya. We are intimately connected with Sri Bhashya. That we must understand before we go into the next line. So advice of the preceptor, namely Ramanujacharya, should be strictly followed. So Paramirshata. Now analyze. Paramirshatam is a polite way of requesting. It is in passive voice verb form. Passive voice verb form. In Sanskrit, it is passive voice. It is the passive voice which means more polite than active voice. Active voice normally generally say, though you make a request, you beseech, B-E-S-E-E-C-H. You beseech the preceptor to advise. But passive voice sentence is more polite in Sanskrit. English is a polite language, and Sanskrit is a more polite language. So, Paramarshatam, so all of you are expected to do an analysis of the advice of Bhashyakara. Whenever you say Bhashyakara, it doesn't refer to Shankaracharya or Madhvacharya or any other mata, opinion, any other sampradaya. Now, there is a quotation, a starting point. Atha then, Atha meaning then, Tamil Perahu, அதற்கு பிறகு எதற்கு பிறகுன்னு ஒரு கேள்வி வரும். So A is the first letter that is Mangala Aksharam. So it's an auspicious syllable, and therefore he starts, any book starts with Atha. It starts with A. And Akara Vacho Vishnu, and therefore. And again, Atha meaning then meaning, what then? What, after what you say then? Then what you mean by then is, all of us must have studied Pancaratra book. We must be already a temple priest. And again, what are we expected to be? Next word, Paramai Kantinaha. So as we saw earlier the word Ekantinaha, now we are now called Paramai Kantina. This is where our Prapati demands that we should not go to any other Devata. Devatantra Gamanam Mastu. So don't go to any temple, don't ask anybody else, don't pray to anybody else. We concentrate on only one, namely God, Sriman Narayana. Now, whenever we say Bhagavan, Bhagavan means only Sriman Narayana, not anybody else. You can't call anybody Bhagavan. So, Paramai Kantinaha meaning very strictly concentrating only one God. That is, who is that God? Param, the highest one. Who is the highest one? Sriman Narayana. So, Bhagavat Aradhana Prayogam Bhakshye. So, this is the first sentence in the Pancaratra Raksa, Pancaratra. And therefore, Bhagavad Aradhana Prayogam. Prayogam, the procedure of worshipping Aradhanam. Bhagavat, the Lord. Bhakshe, I will tell you. I am going to say that the exact procedure process for, method for the worshipping of the Lord. So, iti arabhya, thus beginning. Who are the people who advise us? Shaunaka, number 1. Vyasa, number 2. Bodhayana, number 3. Only 3. So we take a very important authors. So Shaunaka Maharishi, Vyasa Bhagavan, Bodhayana Maharishi. So these 3 are our guides. So Adi, etc. You can add other good guides also. There are many other good guides also. But we must concentrate on the first 3. So Adi, etc. Dharma Shastra Anuttena, in their Dharma Shastras, in their books, in their what we call sacred books. We had once, I think, Keshavdas Swami and many others would have seen a book, a series of books called Sacred Books of the East. Very beautifully written in English. It was available in many volumes, and fortunately I could go through some. We have it in library, full series. The Sacred Books of the East. Many English people have struggled very hard to publish the right books with the right meaning of many of our sampradayas. A very big series, very great in also quality. Long series of books, Sacred Books of the East. Why did they depend on East? Because West is useless. So, Shanaka, Vyasa, Bodha, and Adi, Dharma Shastra, Anuktena. So we see that there are some points missed in these 3 books, let us say only 3. Shaunaka, Vyasa and Bodha. Then Bhagavad Shastrokte, Bhagavad Shastra means Pancaratra. You can say, as he said, like Keshav Swami said rightly, Lakshmi Tantram is one of the parts of the Pancharatra. And therefore, Pancharatra is the word of God. As we say, Bhagavad Gita is the word of God. Bhagavad Shastra Uktena. Though these three people have not mentioned some points, if they are available in Pancharatra, then Bhagavad Shastra, then Vartmana, according to the path shown by the science, spiritual science given by the Lord Himself. Now, what should we concentrate upon?
Lakshmi Tantram by Lakshmi Tantram by?
Same. Pancharatram includes Lakshmi Tantram. Pancharatram is the word of God, Sriman Narayana, telling Mahalakshmi for 5 nights.
Okay.
Pancharatrayaha. 5 இரவுகள். So here...
It is all same.
Same. Part of Lakshmi Tantram is a part of Pancharatram.
Okay.
Already. So, what should we concentrate upon in the Aradhana? One example is given. Don't think that this is not the, what we call summum bonum of all the parts of Pancharatra or of all the Shastras of Shaunaka, Vyasa and Bodhayana. So we are talking about Snana, taking bath for the Lord. Lord takes bath. Why should the Lord take bath? Does he have no purity? So no, not that. That is not the question. So we feel emotionally attached to either Archa form of the temple or the Vigraha at home. Whatever we the attachment, our over attachment. So the prescription of the process involves even teeth cleaning. Please remember, tooth cleaning is also done in Tiruvarada. I told you once in the sessions. You know that. You may know that also. So you demonstrate, you act as though that you are cleaning the teeth of the Lord. How do you clean the teeth of the Lord? For Salagramam, it is only our love, affection. It is a devotion that we show to clean the teeth of the Lord. And we have also cleaning the tongue also, tongue cleaning. So we call it in Sanskrit Danta Dhavanam. Danta Dhavanam is cleaning the teeth. So you say that in Sanskrit, Danta Dhavanam Karomi. Danta Kashta is used. Danta Kashta is, of course, as you said, the neem Kashta or even Karuvelan Kuchi no undu. Karuvelan Kuchi. Rajagopalan Swamigalam தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். பல் தேய்க்கிறதுக்கு கருவேலங்குச்சி தான் பெட்டர். முள்ளு மரம் அதை போய் எடுத்துன்னு வரணும். முள்ளு மரம் அதை போய் எடுத்துன்னு வரணும். அதே மாதிரி கசக்கும் வேப்பலை, வேப்பங்குச்சி கசக்கும். அந்த கசப்பு இருந்தா நமக்கு அந்த பூச்சி எல்லாம் வாயில வரவே வராது. எத்தனையோ பேர் இந்த மவுத் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன், மெனி பீப்புள் ரிப்போர்ட் மவுத் இன்ஃபெக்ஷன், throat infection, teeth are falling at any age. Neem stick. So neem stick is any procedure in any of our spiritual sciences is most scientific. It attempts to keep us healthy. And we don't follow. We take a paste and we take a fluoride paste and we take some what you call salt paste. It does all kinds of harm to the teeth. Some people live up to 100 without any falling of teeth, without with the strength of the teeth also. They can take any snack like murukku. I think you have heard about two very important. Srirangam Selvaradai. கேள்விப்பட்டீங்களா? ஸ்ரீரங்கம் செல்வரடை.
வைகுண்ட ஏகாதசி.
அது கடிக்கவே முடியாது. அது
செல்லரப்பம்.
செல்வரப்பம். அதே மாதிரி இன்னொன்னு இருக்கு நம்ம மாத்துல பண்றது. அது சொல்லுங்க. தி ஹோம் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன். இட் இஸ் கால்ட் என்ன உருண்டை?
பொருள் விளங்கா உருண்டை.
பொருள் விளங்கா உருண்டை. அதை கடிக்கிறதுக்குள்ள பல்லு போயிடும். தி டூத் வில் ஃபால் டவுன். டூத் வில் பி broken. ஸோ பொருள் விளங்கா உருண்டை. இப்போ பண்றது கூட தெரியாது. we don't know how to prepare பொருள் விளங்கா உருண்டை. பொருளங்கா உருண்டை, பொருளங்கா உருண்டை. என்னன்னே தெரியாது. how to make it, because there are so many contents are there. You mix many contents and make it so hard like a rock. வஜ்ரம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. வஜ்ரம்னா வைரம் தமிழ் மாதிரி. So வஜ்ரம்.
It is also
So here,
strengthen the teeth. No, it is to strengthen the teeth, to test the test.
yeah. Even if you take, remember, because you said this, sugar cane, you cannot cut it and take it. You should take it straight away. After offering to the God, we offer to the God many things, what you call unripe. Unripe. We don't cut even the mango fruit and give. So we straight away give. Only thing that we do, we wash. In some ashramas, they peel off the skin of the banana fruit and then give. In one of the ashramas, Poundarika ashrama in Srirangam, they peel off the skin of the banana fruit. And what we do stylishly is pinch portion, small portion from the fruits and say we have opened it. But when we take it, ஒரு கிள்ளிட்டு ஒரு இடத்துல ஓரமா அது அப்புறம் இது கண்டரோல பண்றோம். But otherwise what we must do is we must completely open. When we eat it very carefully. Open all the, remove all the skin, because the skin contains chemical spray. An apple is very big because of the chemical spray. The mango is made ripe by what we call smoke. In that way, புகை போட்டு மாம்பழத்தை பழுக்க வைக்கிறோம். அப்புறம் ஒரு கல் இருக்கு. There is a special stone.
Chemical only they are using it in the market.
But there is a special stone. So a few stones are scattered in the mango basket, and the special stone has a chemical reaction with the mangoes, and mangoes become fruits.
It is injurious.
Unripe fruits.
No, it is injurious.
It still is going on under the nose of the government. So now we are taking about only bath. Before bath, you see danta dhavana, cleaning of the teeth, and also what we call the cleaning the tongue also. So jihva dhavanam, also. So jihva dhavanam karomi, and then we say danta dhavanam karomi. So snana vishesha adi purvaka vilakshana samaradhana prakriya pratipala. Now he is asking a question. Vedanta Deshika is asking a question with this big sentence. So it has not been mentioned in the sciences of three people at least, namely Shaunaka, Vyasa, and Bodhayana. Particularly on taking bath of the Lord. Do you find it? Have you heard it? Karne tava agatam. Have you? Has it come to your ears? Karne, in the ear. Tava, your agatam. Did it come? Did it come to your ear? That means, have you heard? Now, what did you hear? He's asking is what you heard. Did Bhashyakara do it? Did Bhashyakara do it? So Bhashyakarihi, it is given in plural because of respect. So Bahuvachana Prayogaha is asti, it is because of respect. to the preceptor. So he is only one person. So we are not taking now the previous preceptors, Yamunacharya and Nathamuni, but still, other successors of Ramanujacharya can be taken, and those who have written commentaries on Brahma Sutras can be taken into account. But we are mainly concentrating on Ramanujacharya's. So did he do it? So did he give some special procedure for bath? Ayurveda says there are 8 types of baths. Do you do 8 types of bath for the Lord? No. So Snana Vishesha. We are not doing all the types of bath. So Snana bath, Vishesha special, extraordinary bath, Adi, etc. Purvaka, it is preceding. So before you offer food, you must do it. So before, in the sense, you also after bath, because he is wet, you must make him dry. So it's called Shoshanam. Shoshanam. So already we saw Shoshanam, Dahanam, Plavanam in Bhuta Shuddhi. So we have, so Bhuta Shuddhi is very important for the temple procedure, and therefore we don't do it at home. So Bhuta Shuddhi. And Bhuta Shuddhi is for ourselves. Whereas here it is Shoshanam, drying of the Lord by softly doing with a good cloth, clean cloth. That follows bath, and then you decorate him, do alankara here. So alankara asanam. Gandha dwaram duradagam nityaputtam karishini Ishwarikam sarvabhutanam tamihopahvaye shriyam. This is only done in Sri Suktam. So we invite Mahalakshmi, and she also takes part there. So Purvaka, so it is this comes after bath. So Snanam is Purvaka. So Vilakshana, different in different books. Have you heard? Samaradhanam. Here it is not, as I told you, giving feast to people. It's only Tiruvaradhanam, worship. Then Samaradhana, Prakriya procedure, Pratipadanam, explanation. Delineation of the procedure in the worship of, in the extraordinary type of worship of the Lord over taking bath, special bath. Have you heard that Bhashyakara did it? Katham bhutam adhikarinam adhikritya. How should be a qualified person? Katham bhutam, how? Katham, how? Katham bhutam. How did the priest become qualified? There is a priest, let us say, he has got full knowledge. So how did he prepare himself? Katham bhutam. How did he prepare? The adhikarinam, the qualified man. Adhikritya, about that qualified man. Bhashyakarihi kritam. Has Bhashyakara said anything about the qualified person or the qualifications that are needed in a priest in order to make Lord take bath? It's only one sample. So Kritamiti Karne Tala Agatam, have you heard from any book? Did Vyasa, Bodhayana and Shaunaka say anything about bath? No. Anuktena. Look at the word Anukte. Shastra Anukte. So Bhavatu. Now let us say, let it be. Let us take that you have not heard, that you have not seen, you have not understood that Bhashyakara did it. And no, Bhashyakara did not explain how the priest is qualified. How could a priest make a Lord take bath? Now, can we say if one priest, a particular priest, does not know, can he show the responsibility to another? So tat chaktam adhikaryantaram pratiti chet. As we said earlier in the discussion, the one priest is absent. That means, do you think that the other priest is fully qualified? Do you mean that the other priest can take full responsibility? Do you know the other priest will perform the actions perfectly? So these are all some thoughts that that come to our mind. Suppose you confide in another priest who can assist you and who can do as you do it with affection, devotion, and so on. Then no, emphatic no by Vedanta. Pratiti chet na. If you have confidence, if you have faith in another priest who will do like you, just like you, sincerely and faithfully, no. He has got the capacity to do it, yes, but he should not do it. Tat chaktam adhikaryantaram. So do not transfer the responsibility to another priest. That means, again, don't take leave. Don't apply for leave. Don't be absent on any day in temple. Now, let us see the words already said. What? Prapatti ekanishthaihi. So, Vedanta Desika is more and more specific. So he could say only Prapannaihi. He could say only Prapannaihi. He says now the title of the paragraph is Prapannaihi. Whereas here it says Prapatti Ekanishthai. Those people who are concentrating only on surrender. Now the question is, should they become priests of the temple? And if they become part of organizers of the temple, then do they have next generation? Have they produced disciples? Tat shishya prashishyadibihi. Have they created the good priests? Have they created the next and next generation? 2 generations. He must have created disciples. His disciples must have created their further disciples. Are they fit? The next question. If they have prepared, the teacher has prepared the disciples well. So can we test the disciples? Yogyehi. Are they fit? Do they deserve to do, say for example, sample, to make Lord take bath? Then do they know Tirumajjanam? How to do Tirumajjanam? That's a problem. So Yogyehi. Fit people. Adya today, Yavat till today. We are talking about the previous sentence. You say Yatha Shakti, previous opinion. So Yatha Shakti Tadanusthana Darshana. So what did the science say? Pancaratra, Vyasa, Bodhayana, or Shaunaka. According to your capacity, you do the Aradhana. According to the knowledge that you possess, you do Aradhana. Suppose I have not limited knowledge, at least it's better. If I am ignorant, what is the qualification? How do I fit into? So Yatha Shakti, the word says, earlier words say, Yatha Shakti according to your power, Tadanusthana Darshana. I am not able to prepare even Shuddhanam. I don't know how to prepare Shuddhanam. How to prepare cooked rice. It is enough that offer cooked rice to the Lord in the temple. According to the size of the Divya Mangala Vigraha. 4 feet, 8 feet, and so on. So how much should we offer? Do I know how to prepare cooked rice? If I don't know, what should I have? I don't offer. What is the question? Should I not offer or should I offer? I don't know how to prepare cooked rice. So Yatha Shakti, Tada Anutthana Darshana. So we have been saying that according to our limited capacity, we can do that. Now, what should you do? Sadhana Buddhya. Now, see, what is our role as a priest? Our role is making the Lord happy. That role must be fulfilled by His blessings. Basically, that is different. Now, are we the instruments? Okay, yes, accepted. So we are the instruments in the hands of God to make Him take bath. Let us take only that concept. And we are not concentrating on the full aradhana. So sadhana buddhya, meaning that we are the instruments in the hands of God, and next page, 56. Tad anusthana bhavasya. Our attitude is also very good. Let us say it positively. As a priest, my attitude is positive. Meaning, I am confident, I am faithful, I am sincere, I know fully well, I can do it like what my father or my predecessor did it. I know how to do it perfectly. So, this is called sadhana bhavasya. So we have an emotional feeling, attachment to the Lord that we can perform perfectly. And that's anushthanam bhavasya. Now, this is where our interest is shown. How? Bhagavat Kaikaryaika. We do many things in the temple in the form of service. We do many things in the temple in the form of service. I repeat the sentence. But are we doing it with love? The basic question is, are we doing it with love or out of compulsion or out of some desire, out of demand for salary or out of economic basis? So Bhagavat Lord's Kaikarya service, Kaikarya Ekarati. The only love that we must have in our mind is Aradhanam. Worship. Puja. So who will be like that? Paramaikanti. This is what already we saw in the paragraph. So Paramaikanti we saw it in plural. It is in singular here. Paramaikanti. Paramaikanti is one deity is preferred by one set of people and they are called Paramaikanti. And here the Ekavachanam, a single person who is interested, who loves his work. Now we compare this with the previous sentence. Simple word, one word you remember in the previous sentence. Yatha Shakti is opposed to Ekarati. Venugopalan Swami, please note these words. Yatha Shakti meaning according to your power, you can do that. That is opposed to your total love called Ekarati. Only one love. LOV, one love towards the Lord. See, for example, we try to do perfectly, but we are in a hurry. For some reason or other, we are in a hurry. And we cannot be too slow, we cannot be too fast. Neither we can be slow or very slow, dead slow, or neither we can be very fast. Nor can be very fast. Why? This is with regard to our eating also, taking food also. Don't spend 1 hour to take food. Say, for example, we do it in restaurants. 1 hour, 2 hours. We go there to spend time, not take food. It is very hot, and therefore we sit in an AC room and enjoy the coolness. We are not going to eat many things. Too slow or too fast to be avoided in taking food also. Very fast because we have no time to get to the office. So we are in a hurry, running. Therefore, So the fast also is avoided. Speed is also avoided. In the same way, doing speed service, speed post service in temple is to be avoided. Parameka, Ekarati. Then we are not worried about you, whether you do for many gods or one god. Because you are doing for only one god, you can be moderately speedy, that is fast, moderately fast. So ityadibihi tatraiva upadeshati says. Vedantesika says, don't take into consideration very seriously the word yatha shakti, but in the same text you find this also, namely ekaratihi and paramekanti, namely concentrating on one god, you do anything with love. Here, I tell you an example. Here, just now I had it. Um, I heard from one of our members, this group, who is attending now, Sheshadri Bharadwaj Swami. A priest is doing puja in 2 temples. When somebody else is absent in some other temple, and he goes and fills up the gap. So he takes the responsibility too. So how do you think that he will do it? So he is originally in a particular temple, and he there does it very fast. And he goes to the other temple, and he does there also very fast. So this is the problem for the priests. They are engaged, they need money also. A bad example here, I will quote here. A priest in what we call a village called Dwar is a Advaiti priest, Shaivite priest. He worships in the temple, rather he makes Aradhanam in the Shiva temple, and then goes to Marayur, a village 5 kilometers away by vehicle, and then goes to perform puja for the Lord Sriman Narayan. Marayur is a Vaishnavite place, and Dwar is both Vaishnavite and Shaivite. How do you expect a priest? No, I have seen, as we understand from Livermore Temple in California, so many other temples. So many other temples. So when one priest of the Shiva temple is absent, Ayyappa temple is absent, Shirdi Sai Baba temple priest is absent, then the other priests replace him on that particular day. How do you reconcile to that? This is a problem. This is a management problem. This is an establishment problem. Should we solve it or not? We should solve it. That's it. There were 8 priests in 2013, while I went there as the 8th priest. And the one beauty is all of us would take one day a week as holiday or rest day, so that the 7 priests will take care of the 8 priests the duty. So compulsorily we are asked to go on leave for one day a week, because the rule says, the labor law says that one should not work for 7 days. So that is labor law. So if it is not followed, the license of engaging priests will be cancelled. Very strict license, very strict law. So what should you do? Here, so I was doing the Aradhanam for Ranganayika and Goda Devi, Andal. I was doing for both daily. I did not venture to do for Ranganatha because I was little diffident. Why I did it? In my absence of one day, a week, others should replace me. How should they replace? So I engage more priests so that there will be no let up of the service. That's it. So Ananya Upaye, Ananya Prayojane cha Adhikarini. This is more another qualification. Who is a qualified priest? He is to be Ananya Upaya. He must think that his Aradhanam, say, let us say, consider it as Upaya. Though finally Shastra says Lord Shivanarayana is the Upaya, the means, let us consider Aradhanam, Turvaradhanam as the Upaya. And he must feel, the priest must feel that Ananya Upaya, there is no other process, means available in order to worship the Lord except the Aradhanam done by him. So Ananya Upaya. Then Ananya Prayojanam. He is Ananya Prayojana. He doesn't ask for his family welfare, personal demands. He is not even for the world's welfare. He wants to make the Lord pleased. Pleased. You have to make him glad. How to make him happy? You can identify the face even after Tirumajana. Easily, it's, though you are giving a bath to the Lord, the brightness increases, and you can understand by devotion the inner feeling of the Divya Mangala Vigraha, and therefore you can say that he is happy. Lord is happy. So the qualified priest should be without any selfish purpose except the Lord. Lord is the purpose. Lord is the goal. Lord is the destination. Lord is the aim. And therefore, Ananya Upaya, he must not use anything else as Upaya. One small example will be, today I offer some good fruits and tomorrow I offer some better fruits, costlier fruits. That doesn't mean that the costlier fruits are more wanted by the Lord and cheap fruits are not liked by the Lord. So that means you are now concentrating upon some what you call practical objects which are not capable of pleasing God. The devotion is more important, whatever you offer. So now another meaning. Paramaikanti Shabdasya Samrajya. We say in our profession, teaching profession, classroom is our kingdom. Classroom is our kingdom. Nobody can interfere. Even the principal of the college, head of the college or school or university cannot interfere in my work. You say he is the boss and he can enter into the class without your permission. No, he cannot enter into your class without your permission, your express permission, written permission also. So we say kingdom. So kingdom of the Paramekanti is the temple. Paramekanti Shabdasya. Paramekanti meaning worshipping, as understand, worshipping only one God seriously, namely the highest God. It is from the kingdom, it is his kingdom. Temple is his kingdom. Ram Samrajya. It is what we call, he is an emperor. He is an emperor. He is a king of kings. And therefore, the qualified priest must be Ananya Upaya and Ananya Prayojana. Now again, the same sentence is repeated. Atha Paramaikantina Bhagavad Aradhana Prayogam Bhakshe. We saw it in the earlier page, 55. So, Iti Asya Puravrita Apekshaya. Now, when the Lord himself is giving out from his own divine mouth the Shastra principles governing the temple tradition, namely Pancaratra, Purva Vritta Apekshayam, when we want to refer to the previous history, Purva previous Vritta history Apeksha interest, then Tameva Sharanam Upagachet Akhila Ityadina Sharanagati Prakarascha Purvoktaha iti Tat Prabandha Vakyadvayena Paripurna Sharanagati Vishayasya Gadya Granthasya Purva Vrittatta Pratitehe. Now, one small deviation I will give you, that is negative presentation. Suppose we have committed some mistakes in the middle, in between, in whatever we do. Small mistake I have done, say, for example, a small mistake. It is not recognizable by other devotees. It is rather, we can say, very small matter. And therefore, it is, Lord need not take it into consideration. Like Mahalakshmi does not take into consideration our small mistakes. So here, the problem is we understand the previous history, Purvavrittatta Pratitehe. What do we have, where do we study that previous history? Gadya Granthasya, in the prose form we studied. Gadya prose, Grantha book. Prose book we studied. We did not study through shlokas, that's the meaning. Songs, poems. Why it is not done, it's not studied by poem, meaning poem cannot be understood sometimes very easily because prose order must be taken, and then you have to group the words into nouns, verbs, adverbs, predicate, object, subject, and verb. We say SOV. So in that pattern, you must understand shlokas. Whereas the prose can be read easily. Prose also is not easy. I understand. So Gadya Granthasya, now it's a prose work. When you see the history, back history, then what is that prose book saying? Paripurna Sharanagati Vishaya. We are talking of total surrender. Then what I said said now, just now, I am committing a small mistake. I think that Lord will not recognize, Lord will pardon me. But at the same time, what should I do is fall at his feet immediately. The frequent falling at the feet of the Lord every moment, every second, every split second is very important after we studied the previous history, which we see preceptors doing. You must see preceptors. I have seen Ayya singers. Once they slip, make a slip. Then immediately they put a Anjali and then touch the feet of the Lord, the Divya Mangala Vigraha, and ask for pardon. Then and there, ask for excuse. Now, so Paripurna Sharanagati Vishayasya Gadya Granthasya, so there are two words there. Tat Prabandhasta Vakya Dvayena. There are two sentences. Vakya sentence, Dvaya, two, Tat Prabandha, that book. Stha, which is available. Tat Prabandha Stha. Stha means which is available in the. So what are there are two sentences. What are the two sentences? Tamena Charanam Upagachet. That is the first sentence. Akhila Ityadina. So we must say, we must do total surrender. To whom? Tam eva. Because we have wronged him, we have to take pardon from him. Tam eva. Sharanam upagachet. We must follow. We must follow the feet. Straight away, practically, Sashtanga Namaskara must be done. The second sentence is, Sharanagati Prakaraha cha Purvokta. How to do it, that Sharanagati? How to make a surrender every time, every second, every minute? Manasa, Vacha, Hastabhya, Padbhya, Udarena. So these five can be applied, which we say daily in the morning, afternoon, noon, and then evening. Suryascha mamanyascha manyapatayascha manyakritebhyaha. How did we do it? By anger. My assistant has not come to help me, and therefore I get angry with you. Today I fought with my family member, therefore I am angry. Basically, I am emotional. Now I come to the temple and do something wrong. So I'm personally upset in the mind. My stomach is upset. Therefore, physically I am not healthy, and therefore I get angry with that unhealthy shariram, the body, and therefore I do some mistakes. So then already we know what is prapatti, at least little known. We don't know prapatti because we studied Vibhishana Saranagati. You please go through the Vibhishana Saranagati in YouTube, which was helped by Keshadas Swami. Abhaya Pradana Saraha. Abhaya Pradana Saraha. It gave both sides, the protector and the protected. How should be a protector and how should be the protected. So the protected person, we are the protected persons. So what should be the second sentence will be Sharanagati Prakaraha cha Purvoktaha. It has been already said, the Sharanagati process has been already said. Remind ourselves. We remind ourselves. Starting with the first step, Akinchanyam, Karpanyam, helplessness, Kai Mudal Illame. Second is avoiding the don'ts, namely Pratikulya Varjanam. Sometimes you may interchange. So Anukulya Sankalpaha, third step. So do what the scriptures enjoined to do. So follow the instructions of the scriptures strictly. So first one is again Karpanyam, Akinchanyam, helplessness, Kaimudal Illame. Second step is Pratikulya Varjanam, avoiding the don'ts. Don't do this. Satyana Pramadidavyam, Dharmana Pramadidavyam, Kushalana Pramadidavyam, Bhutena Pramadidavyam, Deva Pitrukarya Bhyana Pramadidavyam. So many negative statements. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So let us avoid those don'ts. Then Anukulya Sankalpaha, Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Acharyaya Priyam Dhanmahritya Prajatantam Vyavacheti. So these are all positive instructions. Follow them. So in this step of Sharanagati. Then fourth step, choose the God. So there is no choice of the God left to us because we are all Paramekanti. We are called Paramekanti now. We are talking about the people who are concentrating on only one God. So Paramekanti naha. And the next one is, that is once you say Goptrutva Varanam, choice of the protector. Goptrutva Varanam. Who will protect you? So you choose the God in the pantheon. Then finally, so again say Rakshishyati iti Mahavishwasa. You can say overconfidence in the Lord that He will protect us. So again, Alvar சொன்ன மாதிரி நான் உன்னை நினைத்ததாக நீ என்னை நினைக்க வேண்டுமே. It's a very intelligent statement. நான் உன்னை நினைத்ததாக நீ என்னை நினைக்க வேண்டுமே. So you please consider that I thought of. So that is so in that way, finally you fall at the feet of the Lord and say Sharanam Prapattihi. Rakshishyati iti Mahavishwasa, great faith. We will say now 2000% faith, not 100%. 2000% of the faith to say that He will protect us. Finally, falling in the feet. Prapatti. Prapadanam, it's also called the Prapadanam. It is either Pullinga or Napumsakalinga. Prapattihi is Strilinga, and Prapadanam is Napumsakalinga. The neuter gender and the feminine gender is used. Now, Sharanagati So these two sentences must be remembered. Therefore, etacha samarthayishyati. Now we have a conclusion. Samarthanam meaning refuting the previous opponent's view, Purva Paksha, and establishing your own concept is called samarthanam. Artha meaning. Purpose is our convinced. That's more important. You cannot go without convincing. So convince him, make him understand, make him accept. And we will see these three sentences which are called samarthanam in the next session, in the next one. Let us have the suspense. What is samarthanam? Fortunately, the 717 verses are ready for print on Deshika's history, but written by Mannarudi Deshikacharya, who was a very great scholar, who passed away young, and his usage of words is very wonderful, different from all other poets, and his love for Vedanta Deshika knows no bounds. He has written, curiously enough, on Vedanta Deshika cleaning his teeth. That means every minute detail is given by him. And when I read through the struggle undergone by the devotees of Lord Sri Ranganatha in Srirangam, I practically wept. Tears rolled down my eyes while reading what we already knew through in the form of some short Sanskrit verses called Aryavrata. And for your information, Arya has a definition called it's a matra vrtam based on the time of the syllables, time of the pronunciation of the syllables. So 12 in the odd quarters, that is 1 and 3, 15 in the second quarter, 18 in the fourth quarter. That is the normal definition. If you take a Geeti, a child of Arya, you can have odd quarters 12 and even quarters 15. And if you have Upagiti, Vrittam, meter, under the Matra Vrittam, that is what you call syllabic instant, time taken by a small vowel. Vowel is, short vowel is 1 second. So a Guru Aksharam will have 2 seconds. Heavy syllable will have 2 seconds. Syllabic instance, 18 matra, odd quarters 12 matra. In all these 3 times he has written and call it Arya Jana. So he said Asmad Acharya Arya Saptashati. That's a name which I gave. And I called him by his own words, Sarvagnya Simha Shri Mahendra Purasthaha. Mannarudi is called Mahendra Puraha. Shri Mahendra Purasthaha Sarvagnya Simha by his own words. We call author Kavitarki Simha Vedanta Deshika, whereas Sarvagnya Simha. And he said finally, I don't know, of course, we generally what we do is when we complete our age 71, say, we'll say 71. So we say our age is 72. And therefore he also said it is not 101 for Deshika, it is 102 for Deshika. He said 102. It can be accepted because we do the same. If I ask you what is your age, you have completed 60, but we say 61. You have not completed 61. Shashti Abda Purti is 61. We mistake it as 60. Arudam Kalyanam சொல்றோம் தமிழ்ல. அறுபதாம் கல்யாணம் சொல்றோமே தவிர அது 61ஆம் கல்யாணம். And the joke for Venugopal Swami should be understood. So one says, எனக்கு 60ஆம் கல்யாணம் அப்படின்னா I am going to marry 60th time, not like Dasharatha, 60,000 times. The Venugopal was coming to me understood. So another man asked, "Oh, you are marrying 60 wives?" No, 60th wife. So in Tamil, Arudam Kalyanam means 61 years completion. Kalyanam doesn't mean marriage in those days. Kalyanam means auspicious. Anything auspicious is called Kalyanam.
Shubhakaryam.
Shubhakam. That's all. So then when you say Shubhakaryam, Kalyanam is also meant for Aparakar. Whatever we do for the ancestors is also Kalyanam. Tomorrow is Kalyanam for ancestors. Kalyanam, as we say, Kalyanam is to say, if you say wedding, marriage, our wedding is Prapatti. Please remember, the day on which we went to the preceptor and had Bharanyasa, that means Bharanyasa meaning the transfer of the deposit of Punyam and merit and sins. So it's called our Kalyanam. Kalyanam with the preceptor. And the preceptors, our Kalyanam with the Lord happens through preceptor. Our wedding with the Lord comes through preceptor. So Bharanyasa is the Kalyanam.
So preceptor is a Vedic. He's a Vaidya.
It's our Brihaspati. Right. Vaidika. Right. Let us meet in July.
இவர் சூரி இருக்காரு, அவர் வந்து இவரோட தான் எடுத்திருக்காரு. அதாவது நடாதூருடைய இதுதான் அவர் அப்படியே புக்கா போட்டிருக்காரு இல்லையா? ஸ்ரீபாஷ்யம் காலட்சேபம், நடாதூருடைய காலட்சேபத்தை அவர் தான் இவர் வந்து இதுவா போட்டிருக்காரு இல்லையா? சுதர்சன சூரியனுடைய அந்த இது இருக்கே, அது வந்து இட் இஸ் நடாதூர் சுவாமியினுடைய காலட்சேவனுடைய எக்ஸாக்ட் அப்படிதான் அது சொல்றோம் இல்லையா?
ஆமா, அது என்னன்னா நடாதூர் அம்மாள் வந்து இந்த வம்சத்துல இருந்ததுனால அவருடைய உபதேசத்துல எழுதினதுதான் அப்படிதான் இருக்கணும். அதாவது இது என்ன ஆதிவன் சடுகோவன்ங்கிறது முதல் அழகிசிங்கர். அவருடைய ஆச்சாரியர் பேரு சின்ன கட்டிகா சதம் அம்மாள். அவர் சீனிவாச ஆச்சாரியார்னு பேரு ஒரிஜினல் நேம். அதுக்கப்புறம் பெரிய கட்டிகா சதம் அம்மாள் இருந்திருக்காங்க. அவருக்கு முன்னாடி அந்த பரம்பரை அப்படி வந்ததுனால நடாதூர் அம்மாள் சொன்னதெல்லாம் அவா சொன்னான் அப்படின்னு. I say as far as I know.
No problem.
Okay. So your privilege and our pleasure.
ஞான வைராகிய பூஷணம் வெங்கடநாதாரியோ வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம். கவிதாகிய சிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே வெங்கடநாதாரிய ஸ்ரீயும் விஜயதாம்புவி. கவிதாகிய சிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நம. வாதிதிபசிரோபங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்கிரமா ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதாரிய இரம் விஜயதாம்புவி. ஈரொன்று தோப்பல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையதோ தாரிணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும்
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய. ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.